Hello everyone, Timo Tech here, and today I'm back with another Tech Tuesday video. And today I'm going to be having And the Band Played On and Summon Limit go at it while talking about the individual strengths and weaknesses of each and every individual card. So, I'm going to start with And the Band Played On, my preferred tech choice. And I'm going to explain And the Band Played On. Let me tell you guys what this thing does first of all. Neither player can special summon monsters with the same level or rank as they control. And I'm going to explain to you guys why that's pretty good. Because, let's say against a deck like, say, Zodiac, they have to continue stacking on that one monster. If you chain this when they get to their Borbo play, you can drastically slow them down by a really huge extent. And actually, I lied. Not even slow them down, just stop them completely from being able to do anything, as long as they have that one Borbo in the field. Thus, they'll have to wait till they can get another Earth monster in the field so they can link summon for Mrs. Radiant. And now, and the Band Played On can also do a rogue decks like, say, Star Seraphs, Satella Knights, things like that. And it's just basically a weaker version of Vanity's Emptiness, to be honest with you. Now, let's bring Summon Limit into this argument. Summon Limit states, neither player can summon more than 2 times per turn. Now, this could be good or bad depending on the situation. Here's my thing with this card. It's entirely pointless against a deck like True Draco. It's pointless to side, because that deck can summon on both players' turns. As a matter of fact, let me refresh my argument. Let me rewind, give me a second. Okay, here's Summon Limit. The most popular variant of Zoo is going to be True Draco Zoo. And the Band Played On is going to be the better one against True Draco Zoo, because the True Dracos can summon on both players' turns using their spells and traps. They have the capability of being able to tribute summon out their fucking monsters on both players' turns. And that's the problem with this card. True Draco can work around it, whether it's True Draco Zoo, Invoke Windward's Draco, Draco Demise. Draco Demise, I wouldn't use either of these against True Draco Demise. But against the True Draco Zodiac matchup, I stick with And the Band Played On. Because even though you probably won't be able to use this to stop them from doing their full Zoo combo, you will not be able to use this to stop them from doing their True Draco stuff during your turn. But you will be able to stop them from doing the Zoo combo for one whole turn. And that's going to prevent them from getting a whole bunch of stupid pluses. Now, here's an advantage with this card. If you activate it when they go Rat Borbo, you play Summon Limit, they can't summon any more times for that turn. So, Summon Limit is good for that one time only timing. And again, both of these are traps. Trap cards are shitty going second. I'm gonna keep saying it until everybody understands why I do not side trap cards anymore in my side deck. The only trap card I would side deck following Link format is Struggling Battle when that shit comes out. That's probably gonna be a $50 to $100 card for one copy alone, so I'm probably not gonna be getting my hands on that right away. But yeah, Struggling Battle is the exception of trap cards that you would side deck, because that's the only side deck card that's a trap card that can get away with going second. All trap cards, you need to go first. You're not always going first. And you need side deck cards in your side deck that can work whether you go first or second, okay? Or, I believe that I ranted upon this in my last video. But yeah, you need side deck cards that have diversity in your deck. Summon Limit is good against Zoo. Nothing else. Literally, nothing else. Against the Windwitch Invoked, it doesn't really do anything. Because they just put a Merkaba on the field, or invoked Raijin on the field, and they can just sit on it and just start pecking you for free fucking damage. And keep in mind they have the True Draco engine there now, so they can tribute summon out their True Draco cards on your turn, and at the same time, they can bring out their invoked and cards like that on their turn, and bring out the True Draco monsters on your turn, and just have so many huge forms of disruption. And I'm not gonna lie. If we were like in last format before Links, I would say this is the always better card against Zoo than this. But I say that once Zoo dies, this is not going to be that good anymore. Summon Limit will be the better one once Zoo dies. But will it still be a good card? Absolutely not. Like, absolutely not. This will definitely not be a good card. Even when Zoo dies. It probably is going to even decline by itself. This is just going to flat out become dead because everybody's going to be link summoning, so they'll be able to work around this effect. But at the same time, this card decreases in competitive play as well. Because the only deck that this is even worth siding against right now is Zoo. And Zoo has like, what, 10 to 15% of Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta right now? Something like that. I mean, if you want another deck that I would side this against, maybe Trick Stars at best to prevent them from doing multiple summons. That's actually a good idea. Side deck this card specifically for a deck that is only going to have 3 to 5% relevance in the entire meta. That's a brilliant idea. Side this ugly ass creature against a deck that's only going to have 3 to 5% relevance in all Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta. Yeah, that's a great idea. When you can simply side cards like Ghost Ogres, Forbidden Chalices, and Droll and Lockbirds to handle the deck already. And keep in mind, those are cards that don't only work well against that deck, those against the Trickster deck. Those Ghost Ogre, Ghost Ash, the Twin Twisters, Drone Lockbird, and Forbidden Chalice, those are all cards that work well against the majority of all decks. Like, every deck to a certain extent gets affected by those cards. This is literally only going to be good against Trickstars when Zoo is no longer viable. And Trickstars is going to fall out of the range eventually. And most people already have generic inherent side deck cards in order to deal with Trickstars. You don't need a card that's only good for going first against the deck, when that entire deck derives on going first itself. You need to be able to adjust to going second against the deck with your side deck, because you need to assume that that's going to happen. Assuming that you're going to always go first and be able to resolve these shitty floodgates is not a good way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm sorry. That's my opinion on this. That's not really a good way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up at 10 minutes, but basically, at the very end, basically, for simple analysis, and the band played on is better for right now in your side deck if you want it against Zoo, if you're still concerned about Zoo. But if you don't know how to handle Zoo, then I don't know what you've been doing. You've probably been out of the game or something. This is better against Zoo right now, but when Zoo goes, this goes. Then this will become the better card, but it's not a good card either. So in the end, good for now, dead later. Not as good for right now, but still alive when Zoo goes, but is going to downgrade heavily in quality and effectiveness against all Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta. True Draco is not affected by either of these cards, and that's apparently the best deck. So that's what you should be preparing for. Well, I believe I rambled enough upon this mess. This is Team Wartech signing out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my videos. Have a good day. Peace.